Apparently watching movies about making movies messes with me a little bit in my head. Welcome to the Daily Neitz. It's a daily look at classic films, modern cinema, and the world of professional wrestling. And today I want to talk about the 2015 film Moonwalkers, not to be confused with the 1980-something Michael Jackson film thing that is a thing that exists. No, this is about the classic Stanley Kubrick conspiracy theory that the moon landing was faked on the soundstage directed by the man who directed 2001: A Space Odyssey. And this film explores what would happen if that was actually the case, except instead of getting Kubrick, they got a couple of drug-addled teenagers who are in trouble with the mob and just really need the money. Really fun movie. Ron Perlman is fantastic. He plays a PTSD-suffering ex-Vietnam vet, CIA agent who's heading the project. Rupert Grint, good old Ron Weasley, he's a band manager who ends up pretending to be Stanley Kubrick's agent to get the money, and then his roommate, played by, what's his first name? Sheehan. Robert Sheehan?
Yes.
Robert Sheehan, he's my favorite character on the show Misfits. He plays his drug-addled roommate, who is an actor, and ends up playing, I think, Neil Armstrong in the moon landing. Just a really fun look at the 60s in general. The 60s aesthetic of the film is very, very fun. And it explores that conspiracy theory in a cool way. I really enjoyed it. It felt a lot like Kingsman meets Argo, where this whole thing is built around a secret film project, but with like that kind of dark comedy and combat style, because there's a few fight scenes that are really entertaining, similar to Kingsman. Just fun, like similar tone. And I knew I would like this movie from the opening shot, which shows Ron Perlman in his pajamas fighting the Viet Cong in the jungles of Vietnam, and the camera pans around as a 180, and as he chokes down the enemy and starts punching, the camera rotates around and the jungle dissolves into his hotel room, and he's just punching. You see feathers flying up because he's punching a pillow. It was just a really strong opening, gets you right in there. And they keep up that PTSD imagery throughout the whole film, like in a very interesting way. It kind of messes with him at important points. And I really liked that storytelling they did there. I also really enjoyed how it made, because I was not alive when man landed on the moon. I wasn't there. It is one of the biggest events in television history and one of the most important moments in human history thus far. And I grew up my whole life just knowing it as a thing and not really experiencing what it was like then. And the movie does a really interesting job, a good job of portraying that. Throughout the film, the characters are worried about getting their fake film made because they are not sure that man is going to walk on the moon. They don't think Apollo 11 will land. And as we know from history, Apollo 13, which 2 missions later, didn't land. That could have happened in Apollo 11, and those characters feared that. I think they said at one point it was a 70-30 chance that they would not walk on the moon. And that built up to the ending scene. Spoilers, they land on the moon. Yeah, right? That ending scene where they're in, I think, Madrid. They're somewhere in Spain. And just a group of a Spanish family is watching the moon landing on TV, and they look and it's like, no, that's not us. That's them. They did it. And you can see them all light up like we as humans have conquered this. We've like made this feat happen, and it's really well told. I thought it would have been interesting if at the very end of the film they cut to a B film crew, and the landing that everyone saw on TV they thought was real was really a different crew. But Cody disagrees with me. She likes the ending, and it is a good ending. But it's a really, really fun movie, a lot of twists and turns as these characters are trying to get their film made. Some eccentric characters. Don't watch this with children because there are a lot of boobies.
And a lot of blood.
A lot of boobies and a lot of blood and a lot of foul language. It is a hard R for a reason. But
Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool levels. But with more boobies. And somehow more like violence, it felt like.
It was more
I feel like we saw a lot of heads removed from bodies.
Yeah, it was a lot of. It probably wasn't less gore. It was more violent.
Yeah, more.
If that makes sense.
It does. But yeah, it was just for scrolling through Netflix and stumbling upon it. Great watch. Great way to spend a Saturday evening. Yeah, I know this isn't Civil War. Maybe next weekend.
Again.
Maybe. But that's all I gotta say about Moonwalkers. Fun time. I recommend it. I enjoyed it. Great performance by Ron Perlman. He's solid. A game. Tomorrow I am watching, I believe, The Night of the Hunter. I don't know what it is, but I'm watching it tomorrow. But until then, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Daily Neitz. Leave a comment section below about your favorite conspiracy theory movie that I should watch. And until tomorrow,